When we're working toward our goals of trying to create an equation that has only one variable in it, let's start with some of the counting problem ideas. Okay. There are words and phrases that help us create these relationships and translate from the words into our mathematical phrases. So if I have $4 more than you do, okay, there's two things that we don't know here. We don't know how much money we don't know how much money I have. We don't know how much money you have. Now we're only allowed to describe those two things using one letter, so I can't say M for me and Y for you. I have to use the phrases, things like $4 more than you do, to help me to create a relationship. So maybe I want to let your dollar amount be X. If I have $4 more than you do, then more than means I'm going to add that to what you have. Now remember, the nice thing about addition is that order doesn't matter. So if I write x plus 4 on my paper and you write 4 plus x, we've both said the same thing here. Now, since there are two things that we don't know, we always have the freedom. Maybe I started with me and said, I'm going to be y. If I have $4 more than you do, that means you have $4 less than I have. And so that means your amount would be y minus 4. Okay. Now please recall that if I write 4 minus y and you write y minus 4 on your paper, we have not said the same thing here. When we're subtracting or dividing, order matters. Addition and multiplication can be done in either order, meaning x plus 4 versus 4 plus x times 7 versus 7 times x. Okay, subtraction and division, order matters. So if I have the purple relationship on my paper and you have the blue relationship on yours, we've both said the same thing here. We've just designated the opposite one to be our x or our y value. If I move on next and talk about perimeter, when we measure the perimeter of an object, what we're measuring is the distance around. Okay, the distance around the outside. So if I want to put a picture frame around a picture, I'm going to add up the 4 sides of that picture. If I want to put a fence around my garden, I add up the length of the sides of my garden. If I have an octagon, that's 8 sides. If I have a triangle, there's only 3 sides. Okay, many of our problems are squares or rectangles, but that doesn't have to be the case. If I remember that perimeter means my distance around, okay, distance around means the sum of the sides. Okay, then I know any reference to the perimeter means I'm going to add up all the sides of the shape that I'm given. Now, of course, there are some shapes that have a nice symmetry to them, like a rectangle, where 2 of the sides are the same, the sides opposite. So the lengths are the same and the widths are the same. So if I wanted to write the perimeter, the shortcut formula for that is that I have 2 L's and 2 W's. Now, if I'm not a formula person and I say, Ms. Jackson, my head is so full of formulas, there's no way I'll remember that. As long as you remember that perimeter means you're adding up all the sides, then just do that in every problem. You don't have to keep track of what the special formulas are. So I think I'm going to stop this one with these 2 examples, and I'll make the next clip go on with interest and distance.